Good kids, let's roll up together, shall we? Happy Wednesday to my local Zoom friends. It's great to see you. Wonderful turnout tonight. Good night to be indoors in the Bay Area, isn't it? And welcome to my YouTube group around the world. So maybe you're in New Zealand and it's summertime, or maybe you're in Norwegia and it's the land of the midnight sun. But whatever it is, thanks for joining in. If the YouTube algorithm has dropped you off, here for the first time, welcome. This is yoga for everybody else if you're not necessarily a circus performer or a contortionist. These are good, kind people of like mind who like to move and feel better and stronger in their body. And you also might be older than 30 or 40 or 50, and you're in that range where you'd like to keep your mobility, your fun, your joy of life. And this is the yoga for those friends. So thank you for liking and subscribing. By the way, Looney was just in. Sorry that you missed him. He came in and ate some of the cat treats and then just went uh, zooming back out. So herding cats, there's no way. Let's chant an Om together. Nice big inhale. Beautiful. By the way, I'm a music major now, so I was chanting in D in case you're curious. Now, we've had some information from some of the students and they really like the joint juice. They couldn't live without it. So Wednesdays is going to be yin and restorative, but I think all classes pretty much should be started with at least 10 minutes of getting your joints going and moving. And the only side effect, the only drawback will be that you'll live longer, you'll have more money, you'll feel better, and you'll be way more popular. So do start on your feet, okay? Don't grumble with me about that either, okay? Because it's not going to be the big long sequence. We're just going to make sure we get some joint juice in, okay? We have a big group tonight. 10 minutes of joint juice, you'll feel like $1,000,000, which in 1950 was worth about $37,000. So you'll feel about like $37,000, which ain't bad. This is called zombie stepping, new friends around the world. It just gets you in your body because you've been up here all day long, haven't you? Thinking about stuff, trying to figure everything out. Have you noticed that you can't? 2, 1. Okay, now we're gonna ground in. What does ground in mean? It means I'm gonna sink into the earth and get my head out of my head. Gonna swing my arms. By the way, one of the names of this is Tiny Room Yoga. I went from a 3,000 square foot yoga studio, then the pandemic, and now Tiny Room Yoga, but I have a worldwide audience. So can you even figure this stuff out? It's so groovy. But I do prove that you have the room to do whatever your passion is. 3, 2, now next time you go to your left, right hand, left shoulder, bend your knees. Have a corkscrew, look around behind you. If you're brand new, joint juice will transform and regenerate your body. Sweep it around to the other side. It gets stiffness, congestion, not just physical, but emotional, psychological, painful patterns of perception. It digs them out. Good, and release, you guys. Good. Inhale up. Exhale. Now, all my veteran yogis, they know poofs up your back, poof. Plus, these movements, they just make you happy. They're kind of childlike. They're kind of playful. And it's real live yoga. Trust me, it's called Vayama. You can look it up. Poof. I don't care what you call it. Just do it. Too many people are thinking about the names of things rather than doing it. One more. After saying one more before. Good. Lace your hands behind your back. Heels in, toes out. And then just get your head and butt down on the floor. I have friends who can do it. Inhale, look forward, drop thy booty buns. Exhale, be a kangaroo, look in the pouch. Joey. Joey's a baby kangaroo. Come on up. Turn my toes in, heels out, release my arms. They go flying up, can't even stop them. Lace my hands, push my hands up. I think joint juice, the sequence we're doing now, is the perfect warm-up for restorative and yin coming up for the vast majority of the class. To the right. Oh yeah. Inhale and release. Now, oodles and poodles of noodles. Noodles are this. How do you explain this? Well, I don't know. If you like to have an occasional cocktail, just you have a margarita and you just kind of noodle around a little bit. If you're in recovery like me, you have a virgin margarita and just roll it out. A lot of friends in recovery are joining Upward Spiral Yoga. We're a huge fan. 3, 2, 1. There's a lot to be said for sobriety and sanity, isn't there? Exhale out. You're going to love this. Left foot forward. Turn onto your right toenails. Whoa. Circle your heel around. This will give you better balance. You got to move your stuff around every day. Otherwise, you get all sticky and stuck and stagnant and icky on the inside. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sink into your feet. I know a young lady who can come down and tap her right knee on the floor. It's just amazing. I'm not going to say her name. Stephanie, sink in. Good. Close your eyes. Balance with your alternately flexed ankles. She's such a good sport. Good. Come up and out. Good. Open your eyes. Sometimes I say forget. Right foot forward. Left toenails. Even this will be a good thing for my new friends who are very tight. 4, 5, 8. Other way. Just get your pipes going. 7, 8. Sink into your feet. I'm going to leave tapping your left knee up to your own volition because I would do it, but meh. I've done it a billion times. Don't want to right now. This is good for me. Good. Come up and out. Ooh, cramp. Ugh. Cold, crampy weather, you guys. Drop your chin. Take your head around. 1, 2. Good. Now stop thinking. 4. There's too much to think about right now. So for 1 hour, we can slow our thinking down. 6, 7, 8. Other way. By the way, I'm proving in this class, which will be recorded and go in the YouTube library, that joint juice can be like 10 minutes of going through all of your body parts and just feeling golden. 7. Good. Now relax your head down for 20 seconds. Close your eyes. I want you to feel your internal organs, your spleen, your pancreas, your gallbladder. Do we even know that we have those? Would you know if somebody hadn't told you? Stomach, intestines, gut brain. We have more neuronal tissue in our guts than we do in our head. Shoulders. 1. Now I've been doing these for a long time and my shoulders are still cracky because I had too much tension, fear, anxiety, PTSD, and worry attack me early in life, and it kind of froze my body up, but that was the first half. The second half has been breaking it open. Other way. 1. Yoga gets you out of the bodily prison that so many people are living in. It's tragic because God, love, source gave us beautiful bodies to live in, but we forgot how to make them stay healthy, most people. 8. Good. Inhale up. Just moving. Exhale out. Good. Got to keep your hands fast so you can play the guitar, drums, piano, and bass every single day and pet your cat. Other way. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake poop off. Get the hints. Poop. Can you hear my hands? That's my fingers slapping together. Good. Then, hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? This is how you greet your neighbor over the backyard fence. Hey. A little faster because it's Wednesday. Non sequitur Wednesday. What day is it? What day is it? Hump day. Good. Cup your hands at your heart. Drop your chin. Stop thinking. Be unusually happy for no reason. with friends doing yoga around the world. That's so cool. Tasmania, Romania, Ukraine, everywhere. Inhale up. We keep moving. I'm proving a point how compact and abbreviated joint juice can be. Good. Some Sheryl Crows. Sheryl Crows are just going side to side with twisty arms. There's some Sanskrit name for it, but Sheryl Crow asana is way better. Bakasana, that's crow pose in yoga. Sheryl Bakasana. Ah, my arms are so tired. Hands on your hippies. Now, bang your toes in and your heels out. I'm not built that way, but so it's good for my hippies. Good, I'm going to swaddle my loins. I'm going to grind my groins. I'm going to circumnavigate my moons. I'm going to undulate my undercarriage. Let's face it, if your hips ain't moving, you're not as happy as you could be. 7. What are you trying to say? I think I said it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Feet together. Lace your hands down south of the border here. Inhale up. You ain't getting out of joint juice without getting up on tippy toes. Lisa wants way up on your tippy toes. I'm pretty good standing on my tippy toes, I have to admit. Been doing it for a long time. 10, humble 2, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, stay up on 10, and close your eyes, balance on tippy toes, balance perfectly. The whole world's watching. Just kidding, no one can see you. You can see yourself from the inside. Open your eyes, drop your heels, knuckles on your head, side bend left. Good, now you bend to your bears, extend your arms out and get that ooh feeling. Is that a word? Ooh. Good, knuckles back on your head. Inhale back up to square one. Side bend, knuckles on head, and bend to your ragdoll taffy friends. You extend out, turn your chest up, squeeze your legs, push your feet into the floor. Get long, healthy, and happy. Inhale up, friendly friends. And one forward fold as part of joint juice tonight. We'll come down. I like to spread my feet a little wider on my forward folds. I use blocks. Now I'm going to lift my heels, bend my knees, look forward. On exhale, we're staying down for 3 breaths. I'm going to pull the pin out of my hair and take my glasses off like that librarian and shake my shag out. I'm going to pedal my heels. I'm going to oscillate my buns a little bit. I'm not the world's deepest forward folder. I'm okay. Good, lift heels again, bend knees, look forward. This is inhale. Exhale, Baya Kumbhaka. That's just what the serious yogis do. They get empty of breath and go way deep for the veterans, and they hold their breath out. Good job. Come on up. So good, you guys. Good, now we're going to top off joint juice, the abbreviated version with the longest Om ever. It's going to have more O's than Home Depot. Up your back, inhale. My, what big lungs we have. The better to breathe you with. Hands at your heart, drop your chin, close your eyes, 10 seconds, standing, blissful, ecstatic, euphoric meditation. Really? All that? And no more thinking. It is positively euphoric. Good. All right. Do you realize, my friends, now that was slightly more than 10 minutes, but we went through all the joints of the body, and now we can do the laying around on bolsters, talking about our problems, and hugging stuffed animals yoga. Yeah. All right. How about one seated forward fold? And if you have purchased yoga blocks, Dr. Greg recommends making a edifice and just resting your head on blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can get them on Amazon Prime and have them by later tonight. Now, I know some of you are so flexible, your face will come down. You could make a living mask in the floor in your Saxony carpet with your face. I want you to back out a little bit. Take it easy. Inhale, look forward, long, happy spine. Exhale, deepen a bit, relax your hair. Tonight is not about who is the most flexible in the room. It's how much can we connect to source, spirit, healing, well-being. Is that Jennifer and Todd? Hi. Oh, you guys have a different name tonight. Good to see you, Todd. I miss you so bad. Let's golf tomorrow. Ha. Just kidding. It's good to see you guys. I love you a lot. Good. Come on up. Now, all the people on YouTube are like, who the hell is Todd and Jennifer? None of your business, because they stay secret on Zoom. Anyway, you could always look me up on Zoom. Go to upwardspiralyoga.com, my website. You can join me on Zoom. Now I'm going to have 1 billion people on my Zoom call. Good. Now stretch your legs out. Stretch up. Let the yin begin. Yin is an acronym. It stands for why I in this pose so long. Sit up nice and tall. Todd, I got your painting in the background. I suspect you've seen it. Good, and we continue our beautiful movements. Pause on the floor, feet in, and make your bottom your top. Make your bottom your top. I invented this pose. It's called Gregasana, and you lift your asana up. Basic human movements for staying healthy, happy, and strong. Good. And here's a fun one. Bring your feet in. Just wag your knees a couple of times. Looney, hello. Your mom and dad are on the call. Looney, my world famous cat now, who's subscribed to by billions of people. He was discovered in the Snowy Mountains by Jennifer and Todd. And they said, we have a nice little girl cat for you. And I was like, oh, I could really use a girl cat. All right, now I want you to pray with your hands and feet. He turned out not to be a girl cat. He's a 17-pound monster beast. The other day I was coming in and he was standing on my fence and he took a swing at me and he put did you ever see the movie Chinatown with Jack Nicholson? Roman Polanski puts the knife in there. It's exactly what happened to me. Grab your big toes. Do I digress? Do I have ADHD? Good. Stretch your left leg out. And your right one. This is the easy version. Even my wildly flexible teacher on relax night, we would do this one sometimes. Left, right. We're just trying to get it back in the flow of life. Both. I don't care if you straighten your legs all the way. I have these new Lululemon yoga pants. They make your legs look straight even though they're not. They're like $1,000. Good. Now bring your feeties back in. Set them down. Fold your right shin under like this. Place your hands behind your head unless you can't. If you can't, just suffer and make something up and drop your right elbow down to the floor. If your right elbow hits the floor, you're spectacularly flexible and you can just enjoy the range of motion you've already developed. And those of us who can't get there, we will just enjoy this. Now, the way I teach yin, the pose is generally held a half a minute or a minute. My good friend Carolyn, she gives you about 40 minutes in each pose, but then you just do like 1.5 poses per class. Inhale, come on up. A lot of different ways to do it. Stretch up. Give me a cactus. Turn right. Left hand, right hip. Have a little twist. If you're bendy, your right arm goes behind your back, slinks all the way around like a boa constrictor, and grabs your left shin. Rumor has it I've got a lot of 13-year-old Romanian gymnasts in my class now who are just wildly giddy with these calm and peaceful movements, who can easily bind the pose behind their back. Inhale here. Good, and come on out. Now, you 13-year-old gymnasts, you just lay on your back in this pose, and us 67-year-old ex-gymnasts will just lean back to here. I remember when I was like 30 and it was like 67, you should just kill yourself and just get it over with. And now I'm 67, having more fun, feeling better, being more interested in life. And I think that's the case for many of us. We're creating a new paradigm of well-being. These are our best years. I truly believe that. This pose will give you your best rear as well. Good, now we're going to come back up on our hands and we're going to activate spinal stimulation by lifting our buns up, half camel pose. Up you go. Oh boy, this is what everybody needs because we invented chairs, which was a hideous mistake. Good, and come on down. Who invented the chair anyway? Take your leg out. Now, if your ankle doesn't go over your knee like this, just stretch your left leg out, then it will go over without shattering your hip joint. If lefty folds under, do that, and just crank a doodle dandy on your foot. Other way. Wild weather, man. I was driving all over the Bay Area to see my music teachers today. I was being whipped all over the road. Pretty fun. 7, 8. Good job. Inhale. Grab your elbows, work them side to side. Now, I'll admit this is sort of a hybrid between joint juice and yin yoga, so I'll come up with some clever name for it, but I don't mean to toot my own horn, but this is the best yoga on the internet in the whole world. So just do this and skip all the other stuff and like and subscribe. Good, now bring your arms down and grab your right wrist with your left hand behind your back. I'm just going to massage my lower back and it makes me feel happy. Now, we're just going to fold over our hippies. My bendy friends are going to face plant their face into the Saxony carpet and leave an impression. Most of us are around here. Drop your chin. Relax your hair. After this sequence on the other side, it's all restorative, kitty cats. Come up, my beautiful, friendly friends. Also very healing is chanting Om with friends. It's kind of like going to church without going to church. Inhale. Om. Okay, now being religious or spiritual is not a requirement for my yoga class. But whatever you are, whatever your worldview is, hands at our heart, close your eyes, gather within. Whatever makes you feel holy, sacred, and reverent. If you are religious or spiritual, welcome aboard. Yoga is the most ancient art of opening up the channel to our higher power. Good. Alrighty. I have itchy eyes. All right. Sorry about this. This is an ancient yoga technique. What a lie that is. Okay. Now, right knee out to the side, left shin folds under. You guys got to be careful with yoga teachers. They'll make a bunch of stuff up. Now from here, lace your hands behind your head. Ooh, this is hard for me because I've got non-childbearing hips and I'm going to try to bring my left elbow down. Maybe you're brand new, you're tight in Akron, Ohio, and you got to just keep your hands down here for a couple of weeks. Otherwise, left elbow down on the floor. Maybe you have been wildly flexible your whole life, and some people don't need more range of motion. They need stability, calm, a certain sense of internal firmness. Yoga will tune your body. If you're too loose, it will firm you up. If you're too tight and rigid, it will relax you. Yoga is the master bodily tuner. Good friends. Now, what's better than from this except for a twist? I like going cactus because it gets my arms out. I use big muscles. Turn right, right hand, left hip, left arm behind you. Good. Now use Slovakian 13-year-old gymnast, left arm behind your back and grab your right shin. If you don't think people can do that, I will prove it. Close your eyes. We are an amazing species. We know that. We watch Dancing with the Stars. Inhale here. Exhale, release out. Now pause behind you in the pose we all need, and whether you like it or not, I don't care, but half camel, lift up. Get that sitting in a chair all day long out of your system. Staring at numbers on the screen, lift up. Unless you retired and then you're staring at something else on the screen. Painting, poetry, music, lift up. And sink down. Good. And now the pose for all the bendy ones. You lay on your back in this pose. I won't. I'm sort of advocating for all the friends in the world that can't lay all the way on their back. If you can, lay all the way on your back. Extend your right leg out. Take your arms back over your head and look like a cat in a sunbeam. We're just along for a movement ride around the body in less than 80 minutes. Good. Come up out of Supta Ardha Virasana and drag this leg out. Good. Now you can extend your right leg out if that's what you need to do to get your left ankle over your right knee. Some of you can just keep that folded under and you'll be doing a pose called Yogasana. Grab your shin and have your way with your ankle. Crank, crank. God, what a good day to be indoors when I got home. Other way. The one day that I travel around the Bay Area. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Now, watch how sneaky this is. Grab your elbows. Switch it around. See that? Arms up, side to side. By the way, for my Bay Area friends, I have brand new Saturday class at Pleasant Hill Road in Taylor in the heart of Pleasant Hill, right next to Walnut Creek, 2 minutes off the freeway, Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. Free for the month of November and December. The group is growing. I would love to see you there. Good. Now bring these down. Swim toward me through a blue lagoon with white sand beaches. Let's go. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Massage your kidneys. This is self-care at its best. Good. Now, maybe you're really tight and your leg is out and you're just like going, man, I can't do yoga. Just lean forward a little bit. That's how I feel with my music teachers. Today with my drum and my guitar teachers. I'm hopeless, I say, and they say, quit complaining, just keep doing it. You're doing fine. Come on down, drop your chin. Yoga for everybody else. Stop thinking. Friendly friends, come up. Inhale, just a regular inhale, not a big deal. Exhale out. Good. Now, if you're fortunate and you have access to both of your feet like this, take your thumbs into the middle center bottom of your feet. If I was at your house, I'd do this for you. It would be very expensive, but just kidding. Massage the middle center bottom of your feet. I find this area of my foot very sensitive. It relates to heart and lung, say the people in the know. Good. Now push in steadily with thumbnail. Close your eyes. We are calm, peaceful souls. You do yoga with us on YouTube once, 3 times a week, and like and subscribe. Your life will change for the better overnight. Good. All right. I think it's time for now yin restorative. So these unusual hybrids, it's kind of like mating a Chihuahua with a Great Dane. You don't know what you're going to get now, but you'd want to watch it, wouldn't you? Good. Now, this is why you got to have these foam blocks. When my studio closed 4 years ago, I had 500 blocks and I gave them all away to friends. So all my local friends have these blocks. I think if you don't, YouTube sells them. All I want you to do is heart block, and one under, I admit it's a little hard to get into, like the skinny jeans you used to wear when you were in college. But once you get in it, man, this pose, it'll open your heart. It'll stretch your vagus nerve, your Las Vegas nerve that causes relaxation in your body. It releases your shoulder girdle. I move my breathing down here. My legs are just down there being my legs. And now we're into poses that last three minutes-ish. My jaw disengages like I'm going to eat capybara. Let the relaxing begin. Now, if you don't have blocks, two really big cushions or pillows underneath your head, one big one underneath your heart. Now, for my ragdoll bendy unicorn friends, you can always make your heart block bigger than your head block and just rake your chest open. But I'm gonna leave that up to you. I just did it. My really bendy friends, arms back over your head. That's borderline too much for me. Teacher starts talking less. It's paradise. Poses like this, they really go way deep into the deepest layers of our being, deep emotional, psychological, even spiritual patterns inside of us are rearranged, dissipated, relaxed, healed, tempered, redirected, alchemicalized, transmuted. You can stretch your legs out if you want. Oh boy. Okay, now I'm open. I can now take my arms back over my head. It took me a couple of minutes to get here. if you're brand new, after a while, you'll be able to virtually fall asleep in poses like this. And it's like a cat that falls asleep over the side of the couch. If you need to come out, you can do that. You can give yourself some time to grow into these positions, but you have to keep coming back. You can't be sporadic about it. Be consistent, or choose something else to be consistent with. Three or four more nice big breaths from your chest and exhaling into your belly. Exhale, let it go. Okay, please place your fingertips on the back of your head. Lift your 3-pound universe, your brain up, arms down by the side of your body. Pull your elbows in. Come out. Probably kind of slow because it left a giant dent in your body. Now, a good yoga teacher training question for the yoga students around the world who are going to teach. What's the counter pose of that shape in your spine? Setu Bandhu Sarvangasana, supported bridge pose. Well, you're thinking, but I need a block for that. How many times do I have to tell you? Get some of these. So here's a block. You're really going to love this pose. It's really relaxing. You don't have to do the extreme version. I'm going to lay on my back. Now my block has a very short side to it. It's only about 4 or 5 inches. My hips are lifted 4 or 5 inches. Now, maybe I'll just turn it up to the like 7 or 8 inch side of the block. Nothing more extreme than that. Not the 14-inch side. I'm looking straight up at my ceiling. My feet are on the floor. They're hip distance apart. And we'll do bridge pose for a little over a minute. Just this shape is really good for us. It's the opposite of what we just done. Really good squeezing of your thyroid, release of the back of your neck. Chest relaxes now. Good. Now, this is optional. I'm just going to bring my knees in and take my legs up. You probably can do this. You can do legs up with your hips up on a block. It's a beautiful pose. It's an inversion for the rest of us if you can't do a headstand or a shoulder stand. If you want to play, you can spread your legs all the way out to the side and stir your ankles around. I'm going to let you freestyle this a little bit depending on what you think you need. I like to widen my legs out like this once a day for just really good for health and strength south of the border. Could squeeze my legs back in together. Now here's a pose I invented. I'm bending my knees down toward my chest. If I was super flexible, my knees would fall all the way to my chest with my hips lifted. So that's what a little kid would do. The lift of the hips the bending of the hips, the knees dropping in. This is like imagine doing this same pose on your feet. You would be in a squat, wouldn't you? Some of us can't squat. There's a physical limitation or your knee doesn't do it anymore. Here's how to squat, but do it on your back. So you do half squat. Now here's a pose only for my friends that have been around a little while longer. You're going to straighten your legs and you're going to let your legs fall all the way over your body, but you're not going to you're going to keep your hips on the block. This is not plow pose where your legs come all the way over. I used to do that for hours at a time as a ponytailed 30-year-old. Now I like this version. It's a beautiful, I would call this Urdhva Paschimottanasana, upside down forward fold. You can just do it with your knees bent. I want this class to be the biggest yoga class in the world. So everybody gets an option and no one's going to be judged or criticized. Good, now the final part of this sequence is pure genius. Legs widen out, left thigh over your right. You bendy gymnast, your left ankle's I can almost do it. Left ankle underneath your right and drift your right foot down to the floor. The reason I say it's genius is it releases all this front of hip tension that assails most Westerners. This goes deep into your lower back. Your lower back relaxes. Your kidneys stop squirting out so much adrenaline and cortisol. Good, now bring your knees in. Take the legs up. Widen them out such that you can get your right thigh super over your left. You bendy, amazing people, right ankle underneath your left. And then with your knees and your ankles crossed, bring your left foot down. Ooh, boy, some of us are going to have a hard time bringing the left foot down because the front of our hips petrified. Don't turn your head. Relax. Beautiful. Bring your crossed knees back up. Uncross them. Set your feety pies on the floor. Maybe widen your feet. And just for the sheer unadulterated fun of it, lift your booty cheeks as high as you can up off of the block. Move the block out of the way. Keep your cheeks high. Bring your cheeks down in super slow motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, to the degree that you can tolerate, feet together, knees out to the side. Grab your elbows and frame your head with your elbows. There's a million variations with blankets and cushions and airbags and stuff, but just do the best you can. This is the one for releasing your bones, the big bones of your body. Good. Now you can bring your knees back in together. We'll sit up slow and we'll do a final. Well, I've got another question for you. Too many questions tonight. The question is, how could we do a neck stretch, a twist, a forward fold, an inversion, a hip release, and a twist all in one pose? I'm so glad you asked, because here's how you do it. Plus, it's super relaxing. So from my knees, just do a couple of cats and cows. You should not let a day go by without a cat and a cow. So here's all that stuff. Left arm out, bring your left elbow down, and hopefully you can twist more and come to your left ear and left shoulder. Now your right hand is moderating the pressure in your head and neck and twist and shoulder. If you are released enough, then your right arm will go up. It'll snake all the way behind your back. And if you do this pose for 10, 15, 30 years, you'll get a nice balance between the front and the back of your body. In the early days, you might want to have your right hand down. Otherwise, it feels like you're a wheelbarrow with the front wheel missing. Neck stretch, shoulder release, twist, inversion, forward fold, grounding, ecstatic. It's a little more challenging than you might think. This is good for you. If you're never challenged, you never grow. Builds patience. Good. Right arm comes up. Bring it down. Push out. Enjoy dos gatos y dos vacas, por favor. I love my cats and cows, especially my cats. Now right arm out to the side. New friends, you can just do right elbow until you open up a little more. Right shoulder, right ear. If there's too much weight forward in your body, keep your left hand on the floor to moderate, okay? That's okay. It's sensible, it's prudent, it's common sense. If balance feels good, left arm goes up. In other words, if your upper body can take the weight, left arm up, snake behind your back, slink your left hand inside your right thigh, and stew in this pose, S-T-E-W. Steep is a better word. This is the Swiss Army knife of yoga poses. Inhale. Exhale, release your bones. On inhale, left arm comes back up. Then it comes down to get you out of this predicament. And a finishing cat and cow with the friends around the world. It's fun to do cats and cows with Canadians, Indians, Japanese, Australians, Argentinians, Catalonians. Good. Now, what's this? This is a yoga bolster. What do you do with it? You put your knees over the top. But what should I do with this blanket underneath me, Mr. Teacher? You should probably roll it up into a blanket for underneath your neck. And then the students are kind of excited because they're thinking, is this really Shavasana? Has it come? And the answer is yes. If you're brand new to yoga, you get 5 minutes of ecstatic bliss at the end of class. I was going to say goodnight to Helga. She already split. So my Zoom group from the Bay Area and the billions of people around the world, don't skip Shavasana, okay? It's just too important to let your body assimilate and integrate, catalyze all these beautiful energies. And the good news is you don't have to do a thing except nothing. And I'm not allowed to bother you very much. Maybe jiggle your stuff and your parts, shoulder blades. Make your mouth and your jaw soft for a kiss from Prince or Princess Charming. And the pose starts now. Got a couple extra Wednesday night stormy weather bonus relaxing minutes. We can use it. Okay, my friend, stay in the pose, nice and relaxed. Relax even more. There's that guy's voice. Look back towards skin. Yoga gives us the opportunity to actually leave our physical apparatus for a few minutes, but it's good to come back. Good. Feel your body weight back on the floor. Perfect time to wiggle fingers and toes and circulate super feel God through yourself. We are God's nerve endings. Good. Curl onto your right side when you're ready. Take your time. Love all over yourself. Now, to all my friends around the world, the rules are keep your eyes closed when you sit up. There's a reason we do it. Keep this beautiful poise and presence on the inside whilst you sit up. Yoga builds poise and presence. And we gather our hands at our heart. We drop our chin. And despite all of our obvious differences, if you go deep into you and I go deep into me, we come to the same place together. That's a miracle. All together we say, Namaste. Now, Looney the cat just handed me the report, the analytics, sheaths and sheaths of paper, and he was looking at me with a paw, and he was saying, a lot of people are watching on YouTube, but they haven't subscribed or liked yet. So please like and subscribe, because Looney is getting he's getting kind of frustrated by it, and that would be a huge help. Looney and I would really appreciate it. Have a good night, YouTube friends, and a pretty whopping